What I'm going to do is we're going to make an awesome kale salad here, y'all. But I'm going to start with the salad dressing because that'll give it a few minutes to kind of let those flavors mingle and marry while we're making the rest of the salad.
Okay.
Does that sound good? So right here we're going to do our salad dressing. It's a Tamari ginger vinaigrette.
Tamari.
Tamari, are you familiar much with that? Do you know much about Tamari?
Yeah, it's still, it doesn't have soy in it, but I'm real careful, which I think this is one of the brands that I do.
That's a non-GMO.
Okay.
The reason I chose it is this is an Asian salad. It is a non-GMO version of soy sauce, but it's a low-sodium, gluten-free. So if you're someone who loves to use your soy sauce, this is a nice substitution to make in place of that. All right, so for this salad dressing, we're going to take our garlic and put it in our bowl, and then we're going to do a 1/4 cup of flaxseed oil. Whenever I'm making a salad dressing, even if the recipe calls for olive oil, I use flaxseed oil. It has a nutty flavor, which goes really well over greens, but also it's not going to get heated, and the nutritional benefits are amazing. This has your good fats in there, and you have to stir it.
It's one of the greatest sources of omega-3s you'll find.
Okay.
Greatest. Notice how it's got its dark brown color, and that's what you want. You want to see how I was shaking it because some of those, the lignans and the seeds will get, or from the seeds will get on the bottom. So you want to make sure that it's a dark brown color like that. Okay, so that's our oil. Then we are going to do some ginger. I love ginger.
Now, do you peel it?
Yep. I'm going to get us a piece right here going. I don't have a grater, so if you don't have a grater, you can absolutely just use your knife. We'll go like this. Ginger adds a lot of flavor and a huge anti-inflammatory, right, Martha?
Yes.
Do you keep your ginger in the refrigerator?
I do.
I do.
All right, I am going to get this really super fine. And if you don't want the chunks of ginger to be in your salad, you can skim those out. But just putting this in the dressing and letting it sit for a little while is going to give that dressing a nice pop of flavor. And again, this salad's going to have a kind of an Asian feel. Kale works really well. Martha was mentioning that. Kale works well for a salad that you want to make ahead and keep in your refrigerator because of the hardiness of it. It's going to stand up, even if it's one you want to pre-dress, even if, like we're going to do here. This will still be good a couple days from now. Do you want to check on that in the oven? That would be wonderful. All right, so we've got our flaxseed oil, our ginger. Now we're going to use rice vinegar. This is an Asian vinegar. We're going to do about 2 tablespoons of that. And just to be good, I'll measure. So here's where we're getting our first bit of acid, right? We've got our oil, and then now we've got our acid.
Now, what is that?
Vinegar. It's just
vinegar.
rice vinegar.
Rice
it just has a
vinegar.
little more of that Asian flavor. You know, like you can sometimes use sesame oil if you're doing Asian cooking. Then we have our tamari. This is going to kind of give us our little zing. It's going to be about a tablespoon of that. And this is the low sodium version. Now we're going to add the juice of the other half of that big lemon, okay? If it was a small lemon, I would have done a whole. This is the other form of our acid. You know, most dressings will have both your oil and your acid, and then whatever other flavor it is that you want. All right.
Now, this is not
and I've
harmful
got,
to you like a lot of dressings are that you
No.
buy.
And lemon, my favorite thing is lemon. Actually, before I eat, one of the first things I do in the morning is about a 1/4 cup of warm water. I squeeze a 1/4 to a 1/2 of a lemon and then put a couple of dashes of cayenne pepper in there. And that helps my body to make the hydrochloric acid, and it helps to alkalinize and prepare so that you can start receiving food in the day and get your energies going.
all right, so let me show y'all how to prepare kale.
Now, you cut the leaves off.
Well, because I am going to save these. These are great in a stir fry.
Stir fry.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you want to chop them kind of small and use them in a stir fry, or kind of, I do that with the inside of the stalks of broccoli as well. When you use the head, you have that stalk, cut the sides off, and then you have this beautiful hearty, like the meat of the broccoli. So that's just something to show. Don't throw these away. You can cut them up and use them in a stir fry, or like you said, use them in a vegetable stock. In order to get your kale in a workable fashion for your salad, these have been washed, and I pre-did this, but just to show you, take each of your leaves, right? These are really good for oxygen, and again, it looks like a lung.
Yeah.
It looks like a lung. Hello,
little
come on, that's so
Look at
cool.
God.
Okay, so you can cut it off or just pull it, but you want to get, you want to get that out because you don't want those chunks in your salad. Some people might, I don't. and then just cut it into bite-sized pieces, or just break it.
And her pulling it is actually better, preserves some of the
cutting it.
nutrition than cutting.
Absolutely. Another trick, I'm going to put some sea salt on there. Another trick you may see in recipes is to massage your kale.
Right.
You ever seen that? This is kind of new to me, but I learned that by going in and really working it, you're kneading it, you're pulling those nutrients out, you're making it a little more, I don't know, what are you breaking down the fibers?
Breaking
Is that
down
what
the
it is?
fibers, yeah.
Tell me what I'm doing here,
Yeah,
Martha.
okay.
I know it from the culinary
But
side.
I
It makes it.
I like to call it, just like with the garlic and the onion, letting it sweat a little bit. Okay, you're opening up the cells so that it can release those nutrients that are tucked inside the center of it, and then you don't, because it's almost like mastication, chewing. We don't have teeth in our stomach. We've
Yeah.
only got them in our mouth. Well, this is almost like pre-digesting it a little bit. Okay, so but it still needs to stay in the mouth long enough to get that amylase, all the digestive enzymes from your glands in your mouth, so that when it gets down, because how many people have acid reflux these days?
Yes.
For many reasons. They're eating
Now-
the wrong food and they're eating too fast.
And a lot of people take Tums for that, right?
And that's just putting aluminum in your body. I mean, and aluminum goes
Tums
straight
are
to the
not
brain.
good for you.
No, if you want Alzheimer's, go for it. Eat your Tums.
Ooh, really?
Yeah,
I have never
yeah.
thought about
Just-
Tums. Look
just
at that.
go for
I
it.
hear you, Martha.
But the thing of it is, if you're eating the right foods, plus if you have low hydrochloric acid, you are going to burp because you don't have enough to break down the proteins and everything going through the digestive tract. And you're setting yourself up for what we call cancers. So you don't want to get rid of the hydrochloric acid. You want more. And that's what, the lemon and the cayenne will help your body produce more so that everything will assimilate.
Go ahead and finish up the salad.
All right, so we've got our beautiful
Veronica.
kale here, and honestly, y'all, it changes a little. It gets a little bit darker in color, and that's how you know.
beautiful.
I could probably do that for a few more minutes, but
That's how
a
you
good
know
way.
it's
We're
been
on air.
kneaded
And it
good.
helps it to become. Some people might go away from kale because it's so brittle and hard. This helps take care of that, right?
Okay.
So I just put a little bit of the fine grained sea salt, the Celtic version, in there, and kneaded it for a bit. What is next is snow peas. I love snow peas. Of course, you find them a lot in Asian cuisine. They have a nice crunch. They're really good for you. So I am putting in about a cup of chopped snow peas. And everything in this is raw.
Heather, what made you want to get into this? I mean, you do so
What do you
good.
mean? I love it. I don't know,
That's
actually, that's a
wonderful.
very good question. I don't think I've
You
ever
just
been asked
love-
that.
you
I
just
just
love
love
cooking.
it. I love cooking. I always have.
You know,
And I really do love watching, lately with the coaching that I've been doing is helping people go from a place of, it's really neat when you see someone go from a place of, I can't do that, I could never do that,
Yeah.
I'm tired, I'm this, to like what's happening with
Eating
Tamara. I mean, she wasn't there, but for her to lost 28 pounds.
Yeah, and
You know,
she's
and we're gonna
working
start
on
walking
it.
together. It's just really, I don't
Yeah.
know, it's fulfilling.
yeah,
It's
she's-
fulfilling.
Well, and we
Great
have an
gal.
obligation to our Creator to take care of His temple.
Yes,
Yeah,
we do.
We need to bring that in there because,
Yeah.
unfortunately, a lot of the most unhealthy people are sitting on the church pews. And I'm
Yeah.
like, get off your fluffy pew and do something.
Do so
Fluffy
off the
pew.
fluffy pew.
Right. Okay, the next thing is, yeah, I love it. I love it. The next thing is a carrot. I went ahead and did this. I thought this was a neat way to prepare a carrot. It's one carrot, one big carrot.
One
but
carrot?
I took, yeah. But
Goes a
this
long
is from
way.
the peeler. You
And
peel
you
off
just
the.
peeled it right down to nothing.
I did, yes, because I had never done that before. That's why I did it ahead of time. But look, that is just you peel off, and throw away the skin on the outside that's dirty, and then you just keep going. Isn't that neat? And it makes it like that.
How cool.
And Heather,
So-
doesn't that bring up a point? People say it's so expensive to eat right.
Oh,
That's not
gosh.
true. How much does one carrot cost?
One
Right.
carrot. Yeah.
And that's what they can calculate. You go out and you eat a steak, potato, blah, 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 50, 60 bucks
Yeah.
easy. I can buy a lot of groceries for 50, 60
That's
bucks
right.
and feed
And-
myself all week and my family.
And cook at home. If
at
you get
home.
this salad
Safer.
somewhere else, you don't know. And it might be fine, but
Now, what is that?
these are red bell peppers, very high in vitamin C.
Red
Higher
bell
than an orange, I believe.
They're
Very high in
up there,
antioxidants.
and,
The bright color is always
And for some
good.
people, they act as an anti-inflammatory. You've got to know whether or not your body, it depends on the
We
body.
call them sugar sticks in my house because it just works. Sugar sticks, and they eat them. Edamame. It's
Now,
soy.
what are they really?
It's soy.
If
the
it's
reason
non-GMO.
It's non-GMO. Edamame. Again, when you are a vegetarian, a vegan, one of the things you're always thinking about is where am I getting my protein? It's not as easy. It's not as simple when you don't do meat. And edamame is another wonderful source to get your protein. Okay?
Now, did you cook them? They come
Nope.
like,
No, raw.
These are raw.
It's
They're nice
just
and
raw.
crunchy. Yep. Okay, so I think that is, oh, no, it's not it. We got our avocado.
Avocado.
We have to have
Gotta
that.
have the avocado.
All right. We are going to,
And for people who like that creamy texture of those bottled dressings, if you get in a little food processor with the avocado and mix it with that, then it actually becomes a creamy dressing.
here's how we cut our avocados at the restaurant, is how I like to do it. It's the least messy. Cut them in half, get the pit out. You all saw how I did that? Just hit it with a knife and turn it. I need a spoon. Sorry. And then you can just scoop it right out. Look at there, I haven't even touched the inside yet. You see that? I didn't even touch the inside of the
now,
avocado.
I want to say this. They have the best avocado salad there, because that's what I like when I go there.
And guacamole.
At the Chico's, which is in New Life on Washington Road,
All right.
across from Hooters.
What I'm gonna do next, you
Everybody
know,
knows where
sometimes
Hooters
it's just
is.
faster and easier to say that, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna pour this Asian tamari ginger vinaigrette over the salad. I'm gonna hold back the big pieces of ginger. Now, if I got some ginger in mine, I would not be that upset.
It's good for cleaning out sinuses.
So the ginger's only
Oh,
for
it's so
the
good for you. It's just
flavoring.
strong. All right, that's gone there. We, of course, need to season just a little bit with our good minerals. We're adding God's minerals right there.
You know, I don't cook with salt.
I don't either, just
And
just
so
Celtic sea
that's
salt.
really good to know
And I add mine at the end,
at the end.
just to make sure.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna toss this because that's what this salad is going to be. It's gonna be a salad that actually is gonna get better as it sits. I've got a few coming out. It's gonna
Our
get
12 minutes up on the other.
better.
Well, I need
Oh, do you
pot
need
holder. I need a pot holder.
I'll
Oh,
get
they're
you
in that
one.
little drawer right there. I'm sorry, I
Right here.
could have answered you. I apologize. You were trying to ask them.
Okay.
Huh?
That's okay.
All right. So this salad, will you know, we had that vinegar, the rice vinegar.
I'm gonna
It's
get
going
some
to marinate a little
plates.
bit, and it's going to be amazing.
It all looks so good, doesn't it?
We might have
Well, so what do you
cooked
think,
it an
Tony?
extra minute.
Here, plate up, not a lot, just a little bit for Tony and a little bit for me, and we'll take a shot of,
We have tongs.
like just a couple pieces so everybody
some
can have
tongs.
some. And we'll take a shot of it.
Here's
Does
some.
that not look great? So Tony, guess what you get to do?
There
Yeah,
you
just
go.
a couple
Thanks, Martha.
pieces, and then we need to get a spoon here for our soup, so we can try that. Tony, keep talking.
So are we